Heart podcast. My name is Ben Collins, DC for short. I started this podcast to provide a platform for us to share and reflect on our collective stories and life experiences, irrespective of race, age, color, or creed. My goal is to help people be more self-conscious through raw, open, and honest dialogue about their mind and heart. Let's have a conversation. I'd like to find out how you've been. What are your life's experiences? What is your take on certain current events? And what would you say to a younger version of yourself if you were listening right now?
Betika, I cannot believe how much you've grown up, bro. In many ways, when I don't look at you like that, I can see myself in you. Even though there's that age gap. Let me see, I'm 1992 and you are, what, 2002? 2003. So bro, the 11 years, between us is mind-blowing. And then, this is 11 years between me and you. And then you and Thierry now are probably like...
Thierry could be my father. Even between me and Aisha, there's still some sort of gap. Souvent, je m'assois, sometimes I sit down and I'm like, like in the Bible, they always use this biblical figure, Benjamin, to identify the last born of the family.
Right.
Sometimes I'm like, bro, I'm really the last born of the family.
Bro, for real.
I forgot what I was saying this. I just felt like when I was conceived, first of all, we already know, yes, I look like Thierry and all that, They always say I'm his carbon copy, but when I actually sit down and look at the details, I feel like mommy's womb was like, those three kids are doing good. So, copy and paste.
Yeah, paste, there you go.
Because at the end of the day, I always find myself, I can see myself in each of you,
Yeah.
It was just something like, at the same point, my guy was, I was actually scared. I was like, bro, c'est comment on se nous? I'm not a phone person. We can talk however we want on the phone. For me, that's not how it works. Like, to be honest, my best, my most trusted friend or like the best friends I have out here, if you were to pick my phone and look at them, you'll be like, we're strangers. I don't talk to them. It's very rare.
You like the
like when you check up, I'm like, yo, what's up? You good? Okay, I'm good. Okay, whoop.
Yeah.
Like 6 months ago. Yeah. I just need to have that assurance that you're there. You have my back. I have your back. We're good. That's all that.
You have your best interests at heart, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's it. You made a comment over text how you were saying that you want to do this now because you want to, in 1 year or so, kind of see what your progress is. So at this point, it is the 9th of May, 2023. Who are you?
Honestly, bro, that's a difficult question. That's a difficult question to answer. Actually, I don't know if I explained to you, but like I'm still in that phase where I'm finding myself, and I felt I didn't have much to bring to the table because I haven't done much. I haven't accomplished much. You see,
right?
So I was like, you'll feel a type coming to your podcast. And in the previous episodes, you've had the ground whiz, you've had big manager, and you see,
I can see that. I can see your point.
Yeah, but I mean, and I thought about it, and today again, when I saw your message, something just snapped in my head. I was like, bro, let me just do it. Actually, I have nothing to offer, yes, but we'll see that in 5 years.
That is
we'll see that in 10 years.
That is absolutely
and for sure, I have to come back on this podcast, bro. I have to come. Ask him and watch my name. I'm like, bro.
I love that, bro.
I'm really grateful. I took that step and I was like, I'll do it.
I'm proud of you. For doing that. That's why when I was starting the podcast, it was so important to me that at least the first 3 people that should go, it should be my blood.
And to add to what you're saying, like, I want to add 2 things actually. There was one time, I don't know if this year was the year before, before December, last December when you guys came here. I mean, I was actually wondering, I told Mommy about this, I was like, bro, sometimes it just feels like I don't know my brothers that much, you see? And I mean, it's kind of scary. You're like, bro, you grow up with these 2 guys because I only have like childhood memories. there's one memory that is like it's really precious to me is the way you used to fool me on how like coins were in my ears. You know, you used to do magic tricks, right? You used to come and hold my ear and like how you do. I'll be like, bro, how? I don't lie to you, like that's one of my most treasured memories.
Oh,
Bruh.
the one I remember of you when you play, right? You leave your toys outside. And I'm always like, yo, you should, after you're done, bring your toys back in. So there was this time when I was home, and then I think I just finished ironing or something like that. And then I looked over, you know, let me say if you're standing here and this is the gate, you're facing the gate. You know how when we iron now, the ironing board.
Yeah.
It was at that left-hand corner. You remember there was sand there at some point.
Yeah.
Your toys were there. And then I was like, because I walked over and I was like, Ryan! You know, I think I was like, that's particular this, not that particular thing in the air. So I was like, Ryan, come here. And then I heard your little voice, you're like, I can't come. And I'm like, why? Why can't you come? You know what you said? You were like, because I'm in mommy's tummy. I was trying not to laugh, but I burst. and here's the irony. Here's where it gets interesting. When I got back into the house, you were actually laying on mommy's stomach. Petika, you at that day you got me floored. I was just like, nah, the Petika na deep. Bro, I laughed so hard that day. Like, you've just always been this out of the box, you know, kind of thinker.
All these memories were there, but you know, with time, I mean, you guys left when I was still quite young. I think you especially, so you left when I was in that time when I was in class 3 or class 4.
Right.
You left when I was like class 5.
Right.
So I know that, but actually, I never worry I never worry about my bond with Aisha because, bro, Aisha left when I was like from 2. I was really conscious. I knew how it worked. Yeah. And I remember how whenever I got into trouble with Aisha, we would argue, she'd get angry. And even when like Aisha was wrong, mommy would tell me to go and apologize. I was like, how? I was like, how? So I mean, I had my fair share with Aisha, and that December when you guys came and the time we spent together, like, bro, it just connected back the dots. I was like, okay, for real, you guys got my back.
That's right. We're your siblings. You know what I mean? That's a big deal.
It had been years.
And
I mean, for sure, I think at this point, everybody knows I'm not a phone guy. If you're trying to build a relationship with me on phone, you will not work.
They didn't even hold family meeting. Petika not even there.
If you're trying to build that kind of relationship with me, it will not work. But one thing with me is just that I just need to know and be sure that you have my back.
Right.
If I'm sure about that, it doesn't matter if we don't talk for 10 years. When we'll meet, it will reconnect.
Right.
And that December, as we just met, everything clicked. I didn't feel no weird feelings. I was really happy, honestly. I was really happy. That meant a lot for me what we did that December. Yeah.
As we are kind of growing, as we're kind of, becoming more adults, I want us to, kind of keep that bond going. I want us to leverage each other, in that sense, because when, and what I'm about to start, when I get it going, I want to be able to bring people in. Let's brainstorm ideas. Let's brainstorm paths, and irrespective of your age, your feedback and your insights are valuable. So tell yourself, right? This is the other segment of the podcast. Tell your future self, or it also works both ways because, hopefully there's a younger you right now listening, tuning in and saying, okay, what is Ryan up to, at this point? So what would you say to the younger version of yourself if they were listening right now?
To the younger version of myself. 2 things actually. Well, two or three. Maybe the second one that I related, but the first one The first one will be reading, in the sense that it's something that actually I still ask myself in my head, like if I were to have kids, I don't know at what age is you'll be suitable to introduce them to like this world of technology and all that. Reading is something that I'm still trying to learn at this age, because picking a book and reading is boring.
Right.
That's one of my worst things to do. But the more you read, you just realize like that there's a lot of knowledge actually. You can learn. Someone can mentor you through a book, and you will never meet.
Yep.
And even the amount of knowledge books carry, the amount of worth, it's amazing actually. When you read books, you learn about concepts, you learn about everything, and it's something I just wish like I had mastered since I was small. You know.
Right.
I have like very rare of my friends, but I have like some friends who are like they're into novels, they're very good at reading books. You give my guy like 100-page book, a 1,000-page book to finish like in 4 days. You'll be like, yo, it was good. I'm like, 1,000-page books in 4 days.
Yeah. So, okay, that was the first point. The second one.
So the second one will be, even that talks about this a lot, be consistent. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you start something, just be consistent, you see?
Yeah.
And it's something that I really started applying. Okay, let me take an example, right? Something like trading. I've known about trading like since I was like in Form 5 or Form 4. And you know, I've started some mentorships here and there. I never finished them. But since like last 2 years, I started this mentorship and I've just been like consistent. I put in the work when I can. I'm on the charts. You know, things have changed. If I had applied this before, I would have been way further than where I am.
Right.
Yeah, and even and not only trading, even with anything in life. I started rope skipping, like what I should take. I remember at the beginning, bro, I cannot do like 10 rounds or even 20. Now I can clock like 700 to 1,000 and
700 to it. What?
700 to 1,000, bro.
Damn, bro. That's holy. That's a lot.
Yeah, and I remember at the beginning, I was like, why am I even doing this? Because I was like, I wanted to start doing like some sort of physical activity. So like, that was what's available at home. Yeah.
Right.
And I remember the first few weeks, bro, it was painful.
Right.
I did not enjoy it, but I was just like, keep going. Yeah. Now I can do 700 to 1,000 straight.
No, confirm.
Yeah.
So be consistent. That's dope.
Then the third one is something quite funny one, but I think if I was saying to my younger self, I'll say it though. So basically, the third one is like, really think about what Daddy says.
That is a nice one,
bro. I'm not even joking. Like, to be serious, the third one, really think about, like, not just listen. I listen to what he says.
Think about,
but really think about what he says.
Right.
Because especially in the last few years, let's say this last 2 years, last 2 years, I actually sit and I really think about what he says, and it makes sense.
Right.
And you know, we have always had this image of Daddy, like he speaks in parables. You have to decode what he says, and bro, the more I decode, the more I'm like, bro, it makes sense.
Yeah.
A lot of sense.
Right. Yeah, that's a good one. Something that is so important and really that I was hoping to bring out in this podcast, right? It's a reflection of not only your past, right? Not only your present. The other thing that I am hoping people realize is that future and that potential of what is to come. The metaverse, for example, AI, for example, those are things that are taking over. Bro, by the time you enter the workforce, like fully, it's going to be different. It's not going to be the same that we went through. Times are changing.
You remember I predicted Bitcoin in January. I told you guys about it.
Bro.
That buys more Bitcoin at home. And even like AI, I mean, I'm really trying to understand everything, like how it really works, because it can automate a lot of stuff, actually.
Yeah.
Even nowadays, sometimes I really still and think like in some years from now, the title that all these IT guys always have, when someone is in the IT space, they always have the shoulder ups. You'll be less valuable because it can easily be replaced by AI.
Exactly, 100%. Nobody should be surprised by AI. It is a result, a byproduct of years of Google searches and things that we've been doing online. And it's not gonna go back. You know what I mean? Sometimes you see a trend. There's not a time where we're gonna be going backwards. It's only gonna go forward, from here. So the earlier you get on that bandwagon, the better.
But one thing that interests me is I want to see how things pan out, because for sure a lot of people lose jobs, but for sure again, new sectors will be created, new things will be out there, new job titles, new environments. Yeah, I try not to see how things will pan out. I think you'll be very interesting.
And so that's where me and you play a key pivotal role, because we have to be the ones now dreaming of these new positions and these new type of things that we can take advantage from as a byproduct of AI. Because human-centered jobs, I think for me, are gonna to some degree become more prevalent, right? The ones where you can get a human to human contact, because everything else or most things are gonna be automated. So we have to kind of start thinking about what kind of jobs can result from this AI, artificial intelligence takeover. I know it's kind of late on your side, Katika, so I guess we can kind of wrap off. Any final thoughts, any final comments?
Final thoughts or final comments? Well, I'll simply just say I cannot properly answer the question of who is Ryan, but I'm working on that. I'm putting in the work here and there. I hope the coming years is packed with a lot of good things.
Yes.
Ups and downs. Yes. I'm excited for the future, actually. Yeah.
You are still growing. You are still developing. And so sometimes the who you are, it's almost as if they're asking you to put a pin on it, but it's hard.
I saw this Camonia meme where they were like, there's the first stage, you're born, the second stage, mad, then the third stage, dead.
I've learned so much from you in this conversation.
Likewise, in the coming years, financially, if we're not stable small, I will not miss no family reunions and all that.
My brother, me got the year we don't talk now, so.
Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode and hopefully picked up one or two relatable moments or experiences. I strongly believe we're all connected through our shared experiences, and my goal is to unite us all through these various mind and heart conversations. I look forward to having a mindful conversation with you next about your life, your experiences, and your take on current events. Stay tuned.